we will start with the sorting techniques. Now, what do you mean by sort the elements? Means any alphabets or any of the numbers you are sorting um, in an arranging order, okay, ascending order. Now, if you have any alphabets like A to Z, yes, it is in sorted way. 0 to 100, 0 to 200, 0 to n numbers if you want to sort the elements. So we are using the sorting techniques in data structure using Python. Now over here we have total 5 sorting techniques, that is bubble sort, insertion sort, merge sort, quick sort and selection sort. Now we will see first bubble sort. Now what do you mean by bubble sort? Means it is the simplest sorting algorithms which is used to swap the elements, to swap the unsorted elements. Now what do you mean by to swap the unsorted elements? For example, I have took one array named as ARR1. Now over here I've given a name to my particular array ARR1. Over here you can give any type of name like A, B, C which is holding the elements of the array. It depends on you what name you have to give to your particular array. Now here I have total 4 elements in my array. Okay, here I have total 4 elements in my array, and obviously the array starts with the index 0. Here I have 0, 1, 2, 3, the index number given to my array. Okay. Now coming across with the Python code. First we will look up the Python code. Means here I have given my array ARR1 is my variable which is holding the elements of an array. Now I have 40, 30, 20 as my elements. Now here can you see there these elements are in my unsorted way and I have to sort this element. Sort this element means I want the element 10 at my 0th index, element 20 at my first index, element 30 at my second index, and 40 at my third index. The sorted way. Second line is bubble ARR1. Now why bubble? Bubble is my function name. I've given to my function name. Any name you can give to your particular function. Now over here you can give any name like BUB. If you will change the function name over here also you will change the function name. Okay. BUB ARR1. ARR1 is my array I have given as a parameter to my function. Okay. So what this line will do, this line will do is it will call my function. Wherever I have defined the function, it will call my function and it will execute the whole code. Now, this line will call this particular function and it will execute this whole code. I've defined the function over here which is holding the parameter AR1 and inside my function now function is defined with the help of the def keyword. Def keyword is used in Python to define the function. Over here I have n. Okay, number. Number I have what? See, n is the holding the length of an array. N is my variable which is holding the length of an array. Now what do you mean by length of an array? Here I have total 4 elements. So this 4 elements has the length as 4. Okay, this array is having the length as 4. So n holds what? The array length as 4. So n becomes 4. Obviously, n is what? My 4. Okay, the length of the n is 4. Now here I have loop to fulfill the condition for the swapping condition. I have for loop for I in range of n. Now, what do you mean by I? I is pointing towards the index of an array. I points from the 0. By default, I is what? 0. Yes, starting with the 0th position. I in range of n. Now, what is the value of n? N has the value as 4. In range. Now, what do you mean by in range of n? Means it will minus 1 from this 4. So, n becomes in range means what? 4 minus 1. It has 3. So, I starts from the 0th position and it ends till the 3rd position. Okay. Now here I have swapped equal to false. This is my flag value. Swapped is my variable which is having the flag value. What do you mean by flag value? Whether the element is swapped or not. Yes, whether it is swapped or not. Whether if it is swapped, it will turn as true. Yes, if it is not swapped, it is false. Okay. Now here I is ranging from 0 to 3. Now how 3? N has the value as 4. Yes, the length of an n is what? 4. So the length of an array is what? 4. So n is having 4. And in range. In range means what? It minus the value from the n. Means 4 minus 1. It has 3. So I will go from the 0th index till the 3rd index. Now here I have swap equals to false, which is the flag value, and I have the inner for loop. This is the outer for loop and this is the inner for loop. Now what is the difference between the outer for loop and the inner for loop? Means this for loop will run until it is true. Yes. Once it becomes false, then it will go to again the outer for loop. Now outer for loop will run until it reaches to the 3rd index. Until it reaches to the 3rd index. Okay. Now over here I have given the inner for loop j. For j is also pointing the index of an particular array. Now j in range of 0 means j j starts from just 1 second. Okay. Now j starts from the 0th index. J starts from the 0th index till where? Till where? N minus I minus 1. Now what do you mean by n minus I minus 1? Means n has the value as 4, right? Now I has the value as 0. I is ranging from 0 to 3. So I is now 0. I is 0 minus 1. Minus 1 means 4 minus 0 minus 1, it becomes 3, right? So j will point the index from 0 to 3. j has j has the index from 0 to 3. Now this j, this inner for loop will run until j points the index from 0 and until it reaches till the 3rd index. Okay, the 3rd index. But now over here there is a twist. What twist? Here what we have got? In range. In range means here the ending value is 3. In range means it will negotiate with 1. Means it will come as 2. So j will go from the 0th index till the 2nd index. Okay, means j will run. This for loop will run till the j reaches to the 2nd index. Over here I have if if condition to fulfill the swapping of the elements. If arr1 of j is greater than ARR1 of j plus 1. Now j is what? 0 first. Is array of 0 greater than array of 0 plus 1? Means what will happen is ARR1 of 0 greater than ARR1 of j plus 1. J plus 1 means array of 1. ARR1 of 1 means at my 0th position, what is my value? This is my 0th position. What is my value? It is 40. Yes. Is 40 is 40 greater than ARR1 of 1? At my first position, at my first index, what I am having? 30. Is 40 greater than 30? Obviously, yes. So it turns out to be the true value, true condition. So it will go to the next line. What does the next line refer as? Next line is what? ARR1 of J means this line. What is the meaning of this line? Means ARR1 of J. J has the value of 0, comma ARR1 of J plus 1 means ARR1 of J plus 1 is what? 0 plus 1, it turns to be 1. At my 0th position, which value will be placed? The first position value will be placed at my 0th position. Now, what is the first position? At my first index, I am having 30. So it will be swapped and it will go to the 0th position, right? And at my first index, which value will be placed? Of the 0th index, the value will swap and it will go to the first position. Okay. For example, let's see ARR1 of J plus 1. J plus 1 is having the value or the element as 30 and the 0th position is having the element as 40. Okay. So now what will happen? This will swap the condition. Now how it is swapped? At my 0th position, I got 30 and at my first position, I got 40. According to diagram, see the elements, see 40 is greater than 30. So the elements has been swapped. Yes, 30, 40. 0th has the 30 element and the 40 will go to the first element. So is it swapped? Yes, it's swapped. It's true. So again it will go to this inner for loop. Now j is equals to 0 has been satisfied. Yes, it has swapped. So j will now become j is equals to 1. Yes, j is equals to 1. If now j value is 1, so if ARR1 of 1, okay, now this is placed at 0th position and this is placed at the first position. ARR1 of 1 means what? 40. Okay, 40. 40 is greater than j plus 1. 1 plus 1 it becomes 2. Yes. Now ARR1 is greater than 2. J plus 1 means 1 plus 1 it becomes 2. Is 40 greater than the second index? In my second index I am having which value? 20. Is 40 greater than 20? Yes. Now why on first index I am having 40? Because it has already swapped. So I am having 40 at my first index and these remaining elements are in the same position. Which elements? 20 and the 30. So 20 is on second index and 20 is on second index and 10 is on the third index. So now 40 is greater than 20. Yes, it's true. So it will go to the next line and it will execute the same side. Like how it will execute? Now at my array of 0, sorry, array of 1 and the array of 2 will be swapped. Now how it will be swapped? Now at my ARR1 of 1 and ARR1 of 2. Yes. At my first position I'm having 40. Yes. At my first position I'm having 40 and the second position I'm having 20. So this both of the elements will be swapped. Yes. Now at my first position I will get now 20. Yes. I'll get 20 and my second position I'll get 40. So now the array is in which format? See, the array is in this format. Okay. Now 40 is greater than 20. So 30 is placed at the 0th position. 20 will be swapped and it will come on this first position. 40 will be swapped and it will come to the second position. Okay. Now 30, 20, 40 is my still unsorted elements and now I have 10. Okay. Hmm. Here now 20 and 40 are been swapped. 20 is in which position now? It is in first position and the 40 is in the second position, second index. Is it swapped? Yes, obviously true. Then again it will go to the inner for loop. Now j is equals to 1 has been satisfied. J is equals to 2. At my j points now at the second index. Second means at this index. Now over here I have second index at this position. Now second index is has the element as 40. If ARR1 of 2 greater than ARR1 of 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 means now it becomes 3. Yes. And here it becomes 2. Is ARR1 greater than ARR1 of 3? Means over here I have is second index having the element as 40 is greater than the third index element having as 10. Is 40 greater than 10? Obviously yes. So it will swap again. See, 40 greater than 10. Obviously yes, it will swap the elements. Yes. How it will swap? It will go to the next line and it will execute ARR1 of ARR1 of 2 comma ARR1 of 3 means at my third position. What will happen? 10 will come at my second position and 40 will go at my third position. It will swap at my third position. See, 30, 20 is in same position. 10 will be swapped and it will placed on the second index and 40 will be swapped and it will come on the third index. Okay. Now over here j is equals to 0 and it will end till it points till second index. Obviously for this we have finished with the conditions. All of the condition was true. Now again it will go to the outer for loop. Why outer for loop? I is equals to I was pointing towards the 0th index. Now I will point towards the first index. Okay, I will point towards the first index. Means now I becomes 1, swapped equals to false. Now it will go to the inner for loop. Inner for loop has the same range, j in range 0 means j will again point from the 0th position until it reaches with position n minus I minus 1. Now I is 1. N minus I value is what? 1. 1 minus 1. N has the value as 4. 4 minus 1 minus 1, it becomes 2. In range of this particular value. In range means the 2 will become 2 minus 1. It becomes 1. So the j points from the 0th index to the first index. Okay. J points from the 0th index to the first index. J will start from 0 and end in the first index. As if ARR1, now first J points at the 0th index. If ARR1 of 0, 0 means ARR1 of 0 is greater than ARR1 of J plus 1 means 0 plus 1. It becomes 1. Now what is placed at my 0th index? We have done with this swapping. See. Now in step 2, what we have? At my 0th index, I am having 30, and at my first index, I am having 20. Is 30 greater than 20? Is 30 greater than 20? Yes. It will swap the elements immediately. At my 0th index, 20 will be swapped. At my first index, 30 will be swapped. So it will come to the next line and it will execute like ARR1 of 0, 1 of 0, comma, ARR1 of 0 plus 1 means 1. At my 0th index, is 30 greater than 20? Obviously, yes. 20 will be placed at the 0th index and 30 will be placed at my first index. Okay, see here. 30 and 20. First year, it was 30, it was in 0th index and 20 was placed in the first index. So it will satisfy this condition 30 greater than 20. Yes. So 20 will get swapped at 0th position and 30 will get swapped at first position. So 20, 30, 10 and 40 is my now elements placed in an array. Swapped, true, yes. So again it will go to the inner for loop. Now j was 0, j becomes 1. J becomes 1. If ARR 1, okay, if ARR of j means 1 is greater than ARR of j plus 1 means 1 plus 1 it becomes 2. Yes. Now what is placed in 1? What is placed in 1? 1 has 30. Yes. 1 has 30 element and on the second index I have 10 element. Is 30 greater than 10? Is 30 greater than 10? Obviously, yes. So it will go to the next line and execute. Means ARR of J. J is now what? 1. At my first index, ARR of J plus 1. J plus 1 means 2. At my second index. Okay. What will happen? It will swap the elements. Now, how do you swap? See here. First, I was having 20, 30, 10, 40. Now, 30 is greater than 10. Yes. So it will swap the elements. Now 10 will go to the first position and 30 will go to the second position. Okay. 10 will go to the first position. First position and 30 will go to the second position. Is it swapped? True. Again it will go to the inner for loop. Yes. Now inner for loop has satisfied the condition. How satisfied? It was going from the 0th index to the first index itself. So now it is satisfied. Now it will go to the outer for loop. I is now 1. I was now 1. Now I is incremented by 2. Yes, I is incremented by 2. Is it swap? False. For now in inner loop again, this condition will be as it is. Now in my inner for loop, I have j. J starts from the zeroth index and ends till n minus I minus 1. Means what? J starts from the zeroth index. J starts from the zeroth index and it ends till where n minus I minus 1. N minus I minus 1 means now I value is what? 2. N is 4. 4 minus 2 minus 1. Right? So it becomes what? 4 minus 2 minus 1, it becomes 1. Now, j starts from the zeroth index and in range of 1. In range of 1 means what? 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1. It becomes 0. So j points at the zeroth index only now. J points at the zeroth index. So 0. J, it will come to the next point. If condition, if ARR1 of 0. ARR1 of 0 means ARR1 of 0 is greater than ARR1 of 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 means ARR1 of 0 plus 1 first index. Now what's placed in the zeroth index? Zeroth index I'm having as 20. Yes, I'm having as 20 at my zeroth index. And in my first index I'm having as 10. Yes, I'm having 10. So here 20 is placed, 20 is placed, 20 is in my zeroth index and 10 is in my first index. Is 20 greater than 10? Is 20 greater than 10? Obviously yes. So it will go to the next line and it will execute. It will swap the elements. ARR1 of 0. ARR1 of 0, comma ARR1 of 1. At my zeroth index, I'll be having element as 10 and at my first index, I will be having element as my 20. 20. So it will be swapped, obviously true. See here, elements. First, I will till step 2, 30 greater than 10. It was be swapped 20, 10, 30, 40. Here is 20 greater than 10? Yes. So 10, 20, 30, 40. 10 will be swapped and it will go in the zeroth index. Swapped and it will go in the zeroth index and 20 will be swapped and go in the first index. Yes. So now see my element is in the sorted manner, right? 10, 20, 30, 40 is in sorted manner. So now is it swapped? True. The inner for loop has went from j is equals to 0. Is it true? Yes, it is swapped. And now it will go to the outer for loop. As outer for loop has incremented with the 3, right? First zero index was satisfied, first index was satisfied, second index was satisfied, and third. Now I is incremented by third, means 3. I will go and point towards the third index of the array. Swap false. It will go in the inner index. Now j is what? 0. Starting from the 0th position. Now n has the value as 4 minus now 3. 3 is what? My I value. So 3 minus 1. What it becomes? It becomes obviously minus 1 minus 1. So j ranges from the j is equals to j ranges from the 0th index to the minus position minus 2. Yes, this condition is false, so it will come out of the loop. If not swapped, break the position. Yes, obviously at my minus 2 index, there is no element present, so it will come out of the loop. If not swapped, it will break and it will come over here and it will print the sorted array. So my sorted array is 20, sorry, my sorted array is 10, 20, 30 and 40. Okay. Like this, it will sort the elements in my array using the bubble sort. I hope this video is useful for you. Okay. Thank you.